Winners are great. Blockbuster trades and free agent signings, good draft values, these are all wonderful. But what do we really want? Draft losers, that's who we want. Who in the NBA draft made a decision that will forever haunt them as missing out on that MVP and being completely inept at the one job they have to do? Let's take a look. My first draft loser is unfortunately you and me. There were no absolutely shocking trades or draft upsets. You'd think in a draft that was labeled without having a real franchise player that there would be wheeling and dealing all night long, with multiple teams having multiple first-round picks and the recent chaotic trade cycle. This draft, from an excitement standpoint, really did not deliver. Yes, the Phoenix Suns are losers. Draft losers specifically. Don't get me wrong, the Chris Paul trade was an 100% win for the Suns, but on draft night, they had another stinker. Jalen Smith, let me put this lightly, is not a fit for the Suns whatsoever. The Suns are still without a real complementary piece for DeAndre Ayton in the frontcourt, and Jalen Smith's skill set doesn't really fit. Smith is a shot-blocking, inside presence that doesn't stretch the floor really well. Who does this remind you of in his first year? DeAndre Ayton. Ayton needs to have the floor space to him in a similar way of Joel Embiid. Chris Paul and Devin Booker also could have desperately used a pick-and-pop big to have as an option alongside Ayton. To me, a player like Saddiq Bey or even Precious Achiuwa would have been a better fit. Achiuwa could have a decent mid-range game to stretch the floor, and Saddiq Bey could have been that 3-and-D perimeter guard that Phoenix could have really used. I'm not really sure what happened with this pick, but I know one thing: DeAndre Ayton should not be happy. And finally, my third loser, the Chicago Bulls. I understand that this was a potential-based draft pick, but Chicago needs something solidified, not another possibility when already dealing with one of the most dysfunctional teams from last season. Patrick Williams is an athlete, but his offensive game from last season at FSU was mild and underwhelming to the least. He's not a shooter, not a great playmaker, and didn't even shoot over 50% from the field while starting no games in one season. I'm not really sure what the reasoning was, but I know that if they want to go with something similar, Isaac Okoro is everything that they think Williams will be. This draft didn't really have any surprises, unusual draft picks, or controversy of any kind. But with any draft in any year, no matter a pandemic or not, there will always be winners, and there will always be plenty of losers.